Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all our viewers worldwide. You are welcome to another episode of the Poems I Love. And I know you are going to love today's edition. My name is Hallelujah Esther. You are welcome. So with me here, we have series of poems you will love. They are my favorite poems, and I know you are going to love. I'm going to read them to you, and I'm going to tell you the reasons they are my favorite poems. Here we have poems of Angira, No Coffin, No Grave, Professor Osundare, and more. Let me start here with Angira. No coffin, no grave. He was buried without a coffin, without a grave. The scavengers performed the postmortem in the open mortuary without sterilized knife in front of the night club. Slaughtering rival put up the gun salute of the day. That was a state burial. Anyway, the car nets, the red plate sweats, wrapped itself in the blood of its masters. The diary revealed the sea, the rain anchored there at last. Isn't our flag red, black, and white? So he wrapped himself well. Who could signal yellow when he had to leave politics to the experts and brood on books, brood on hungers and the schoolgirls? And the schoolgirls grumble under the black pot, sleep under torn mosquito nets, and let lies leak our intestines. The lord of the bar, money speak madam, woman magnet, money speak madam. We only cover the stinking darkness of the cave of our mouth and ask our Father who is in hell to judge him the quick and the good. Well, his diary, submarine of the Third World War, showed his wish to be buried in a golden laden coffin like a VIP under the jacaranda trees beside his palace, a shelter for his grave, and much beer for the funeral party. Anyway, one noisy pulpit suggested we bring tractors and plow the land. So, this is the poem of Anjira. So the poem it has its background in Kenya, and it talks about the political leaders that abuse power, embezzles public fund in Kenya. The imaginary politician that was mocked here by Jared was a man who had abused power, embezzled money, spent a national fortune, and still believed that when he died, he should be buried with the money, with golden lady coffee. But eventually, he died by accident. So one of the reasons that intrigued me about this is that the poem, although it mock a politician, it is applicable. It's of Kenya background, but it is applicable to everyone. It makes us understand that power is not. Power belongs to God, because no matter how powerful you are, you will die one day. And after you die, whatever your wishes is, it might not be fulfilled. So whenever a person is in power, let's learn to do good. So that's one of the reasons why I love the poem. The second poem I have with me here is written by Professor Niyi Osundare. So that is They Too Are the Hearts. So this poem here tells us about the difference, the similarities. I can't call it from my own. No, I can't call it the difference. I'll call it the similarity. Why? Because we are all the hearts, whether rich or poor, whether tyrant, those that are bullied or the oppressed. We are all the hearts. So I will go on with Niyi Osundare. On earth here, They too had a heart. The swan song of beggars sprawl out in brimming gutters. They had a heart. Under snakeskin shoes and Mercedes tires. The sweat and grims of muddy every paw like naked moles. The distant groans of thousands buried alive. Of gold dreams and blood banks, they had the hearts. Millions earrings wood, hauling waters in hard, unfathomable minds. The old dying distance deaths in narrow abandoned hamlets, they had the heart. Women battling centuries of maleficent slavery, are they of these hearts? Who frittered the forest and harry the hills? Who live that may die? Are they? So this poem is telling us that we are all the hearts, whoever we are, whether rich or poor, whether the oppressed or the oppressors, that we are the heart. And something in the line of the poem that intrigued me most is that even the women that are being maltreated by the male, that they are the heart. It's not that I'm a feminist, but every one of us, we are the heart. We all came from the heart, and we are going to return to the heart one day. So we should always think of this the way when we are relating to people. That's why this poem is very, very interesting to me. This poem can be found in the poem anthology, The High of the Hearts. So let's move to the next one here. I want to move to the next one, written by Professor Osundare. And that is, the art is hard to plow, not to plunder. This also is also found in his poem anthology, The High of the Heart. So it read like this: the heart is ours to plow and plant. The hoe is our barber. The dribble our dimple. Out with mattock and machetes. Bring calabash trays and rocking baskets. Let the sweet which swell heads root relieve every heap of their tuberous bodies. Let the wheatfall raise their breasts and on hand to reaping clothes the naked bosom of shivering mud. Let the purple swells and swing in the heads, wed breasts. Let the water spring from heart on fathom fountain. Let gold rush from the deep unseeable mines. Each up a ladder to the dodging sky. Let's put a sun in every night. Our heart is an unopened grain house, a bustling barn in some facts on uncharted jungle, a distant gem in a rough unhappy dust. The art is her. The art work not to waste. As to man, not to men. The art is hard to plow, not to plunder. This poem is telling us about the relationship between human being and the heart. That is, we human being, as even God has ordained us from the start, from the creation, that you are to till the land, that our mission here, our purpose on earth, the relationship we have with the heart, the land is to till it. But what happened now is, unfortunately, people are doing contrary. That is, that heart that we are, just imagine the way Prof put it, the writer put it here, that the heart is hard to plow and not to plunder. That to the reaping clothed naked bosom, okay. Let the purple swell and swing its head with breath. Head with breast. That is, imagine the kind of imagery he gave the purple then. That is, art is for us to till, so that they bring out good things like bread head purple. You understand the kind of imagery. So our mission, our purpose, our relationship with the heart should be to plow it, to till it, not to plunder to destroy. But unfortunately, people are doing otherwise now, and in so many ways, morally, physically in the terms of environmental pollution, industrial destruction. Like sometimes when we say we are developing, we are advancing in technology, somehow we are destroying the heart. Also morally, in the aspect that we behave, we do things in some ways that destroy the heart, maybe by in a corruptive way, by oppressing. Anything we do that is not human, that is inhuman, is a way of destroying the heart. So let's follow the theme of this poem. We are meant to fill the heart, to plow the heart, so that it can bring out its best, not to destroy the heart, maybe by our behavior, our inhuman behavior, oppressions, and some other things. So art is for us to till, so that it will bring out something good. So this last poem I'm going to talk about is a poem written by me, The Giant's Shoulder. So it reads this way: all great men from days bygone upon the giant's shoulder stood, where once mighty figures shone, with searches past and dilemmas unraveled. Fools to these giants become, yet their lofty peak remain untouched. Their shoulders, now curved and set, gave foothold for the wise and bold, whose heart yearned for heights untold. Only a fool could start afresh, disregarding the stepping stones left behind, the cold shoulders offering aid, but soaring heights beyond his grasp. Thus time slips away, unmarked, with no tale spun across the century. Though his aspiration may soar high, future generations shall conquer the skies. So this poem is telling us about building on the giant's shoulders. That is, whatever your aspiration is, look for people who have gone a long way there. You can start from their shoulder than thinking of starting all alone, because it's only the fool that is going to start alone when you have people who have gone ahead in the field you are trying to go. Because the truth is that those people we see shiny today, they all started from people who have tried and failed. Like for instance, now the person who made a plane, some people have been building that they couldn't achieve up to that, and the last person that reached the final thing was able to build on others' experience. So that will be the end of today's edition. We'll look towards seeing you on our next edition, and I will always remain Hallelujah Esther. Goodbye.